Stop what you're doing, because something just leaked that might change everything we thought we knew about King Von's final months. An alleged lost audio recording, never heard by the public until now, has surfaced, and what's in it? Name drops. Real ones. Von doesn't hold back. He's calling out rappers, ex-friends, people he once broke bread with. And the moment that clip hit the internet, a new wave of beef erupted in Chicago. The energy is explosive. We're talking OGs responding, young bulls sending subs, and whole blocks reacting like war was just declared. And the wildest part? Nobody knows who leaked it, or why now. In this recording, Von sounds different. Like he knew something was coming. Like he was fed up. The tension in his voice? Chilling. And fans? They're torn. Some say Von was trying to warn the world. Others say this recording was never meant to be heard, and its release could get people hurt. So now the question is, was this a cry for help? A final message? Or a ticking time bomb that just reignited a war Von tried to leave behind? Grab your phone, lock in, and get ready, because what you're about to hear was never supposed to surface. It all started with a random YouTube upload. No thumbnail, no title, no credits. Just a black screen with white text. Von_voicenote_raw_019.wave. At first, people thought it was fake. Another clickbait gimmick. But then, the voice came in. Undeniable. Sharp. Raw. It was King Von. No beat, no studio setup. Just Von, talking. Sounding like he was in the back of a car or maybe on a hotel balcony. The wind's blowing, sirens in the background, but his voice? Crystal clear. And what he said? It set off a nuclear chain reaction in Chicago. I don't care what they say. These dudes ain't solid. They smile in my face, then go and break bread with ops. One day, it's gone catch up with them. One by one. The clip is just over 3 minutes long, but in that time, Von name drops 3 people who until now were believed to be tight with him. People who appeared in photos, videos, and even rode with him on tour. But in this audio, Von calls them fakes, snakes, and liabilities. Fans were shook. Within minutes, Twitter, TikTok, and Reddit exploded. Hashtags like #VonKnew and #ChicagoSnakes started trending. But what made it worse? Von didn't just vent. He gave details. Timelines. Moments. Conversations. He said, "You know who I'm talking about. Buddy that used to post me heavy but ain't slide when it counted. That other dude that ran his mouth to them folks in Atlanta. And the third one? You shook my hand after linking with my op." You can hear the pain in his voice. Not anger. Not aggression. But disappointment. Like he already knew how his story would end, and he was just documenting it for whoever found the truth later. Fans didn't waste time. They went straight into detective mode. He's talking about name redacted right here. This line, he's 100% referencing that night outside Monaco. Bro, he's saying someone close was working with the other side. And then, a major Chicago blogger reposted the audio, but added a side-by-side video of Von with those 3 people during better times. Music videos, birthday parties, interviews. The betrayal? Real. The most disturbing thing? All 3 of those men have been publicly silent since Von's passing. No interviews. No tributes after the first week. No presents at memorials. At the time, people thought it was just grief. But now, with this leak, fans are calling it something else. Guilt. One user on TikTok broke it down like this. Von knew what was coming. You can hear it. He wasn't paranoid. He was calculated. And this audio? This was his insurance. His truth. Now they want to act like they don't hear him. Suddenly, this wasn't just a leak. It was a confession. A warning. A call-out that people had buried with him. But now, it came back louder than ever. And the streets? They responded. Within 24 hours of the leak, reports started coming in that one of the name-dropped individuals was pressed in South Shore. Not harmed, but cornered and forced to explain himself. According to a source close to the scene, the conversation went like this. "Why Vaughn say your name like that, bro? He was trippin', man. That wasn't even like that." "Nah, he said it too clear." Word traveled fast. By sundown, O'Block was in a quiet state of tension. People were watching their backs, deleting old photos, making accounts private. Because once Vaughn's name starts ringing in a new way, the consequences are real. Then came the next twist. A second clip leaked. This time, the voice of someone else, the person Vaughn was speaking to. It wasn't clear at first, but fans with keen ears and years of audio detective work claimed it matched someone from Vaughn's crew, a guy who disappeared from social media shortly after Vaughn's passing. In this new clip, Vaughn says, "I know you been hearing stuff, but I ain't dumb. They thinking I ain't gon' find out, but the streets talk. Always." The other voice replies, "I feel you, but don't say too much on here." Vaughn laughs, cold. "Why? I might not get a chance to say it again." Chills. That line hit fans like a gut punch. A man who felt his own clock ticking. A king who knew the snakes were moving around him, but was still standing tall. One fan posted, "He wasn't just a drill rapper. He was prophetic." And that word, prophetic, started trending alongside his name. Meanwhile, back in Chicago, new beef started popping up. Younger rappers, connected by blood or blocked to Vaughn, started calling out certain names in their music. One posted, "Vaughn ain't lie. We just laid hearing him." Another dropped a freestyle where he said, "If the lost tape dropped sooner, bro would have still been here." This wasn't just a lyrical war. Real tension was bubbling. People started choosing sides. OG stepped in to calm things down, but even they couldn't deny, this audio shook the city. What's even crazier? Vaughn's mom posted the word, "Unbelievable." Just that. No context. No picture. Just that single word. And that was enough. Fans flooded her comments with love, with frustration, with heartbreak. Because now, they realized Vaughn might have tried to leave a trail, but no one saw it until now. And still, the question remains. Who leaked it? Some think it was a hacker who cracked an old phone. Others say it was someone close to Vaughn, someone trying to get the truth out now that the streets have calmed. But there's a more chilling theory spreading fast. This was never meant to leak. Somebody's playing chess. And this is just the first move. Meanwhile, the three name-dropped individuals? Still silent. No statements. No interviews. Not even a denial. One of them even posted a story the next day of him riding around, music blasting, but with the caption, "I'm good, don't worry." But fans weren't buying it. One reposted the story with a quote, "If you was good, you wouldn't need to say it." The moment that second clip dropped, the one with Vaughn's ominous line, "I might not get a chance to say it again," fans knew this wasn't just rap drama anymore. This was a posthumous warning, a voice from the grave. And it hit different. Because now people weren't just asking who Vaughn was talking about, they were asking how much he knew, and whether he predicted the betrayal that took his life. Back in Chicago, the air was getting thick. Real ones who used to stay out of the social media mess were suddenly stepping forward. One of Vaughn's older cousins, known in the streets but rarely online, hopped on Instagram Live and said, "I ain't trying to make no diss tracks. But if Vaughn knew y'all was moving like that, and y'all still let this happen, then y'all dead to me." The comments were filled with shock. Wait, so he confirming it? So Vaughn's people been new. Why now though? And that's the question that kept getting louder. Why now? Why did this lost audio surface years later? Why right now, when the beef had cooled, the streets were starting to heal, and people were finally moving on? The answer? Because someone wants justice. Or revenge. And maybe both. But what made everything spiral was when one of the three name-dropped individuals, a rapper from the South Side who used to post Vaughn daily back in 2019, finally spoke up. Not directly. Not in an interview. But in a subliminal tweet. Funny how dead men talk, but ain't here to explain. That tweet was deleted within minutes, but the screenshots? They spread like wildfire. People went in. That's what you got to say? After all this. Bro just confirmed guilt without even realizing it. You scared or just guilty? Asian doll again jumped in. She reposted the tweet with just one emoji. Snake. Then she followed it with a tweet of her own. I was there. I seen who was really real. Y'all clout demons can't hide forever. Her tweets got over 800,000 impressions in 2 hours. The internet was now on full detective mode. Meanwhile, more OGs started checking in. A well-respected figure from Parkway Gardens, who's been out of the mix for years, posted a throwback photo of Vaughn and said, "He told me back in 2020 he ain't trust everybody around him. That boy ain't die confused, he died surrounded by snakes." That post got picked up by every major rap blog, and the war of whispers turned into a roar of accusations. Now fans started digging even deeper. They re-watched King Von's final interviews, looking for clues. One clip, just weeks before his death, resurfaced. In it, Vaughn was asked about trust. His response? "I don't trust nobody. I just play the role and watch." That quote hit different now, especially paired with a leaked audio. I ain't dumb. They think I ain't gon' find out. But the streets talk. It was all adding up. And while fans connected the dots, another twist came in. A third clip surfaced. This time, it's only 15 seconds, but it's what Vaughn says that sends chills down spines. "If I go, just know, they gon' act like they cared. But watch who benefit." Boom. One sentence. One bomb. And within hours, people started posting screenshots of label deals, merch launches, music video rollouts, all released within 2 weeks of Vaughn's passing. One thread on Reddit showed a specific crew member's YouTube views spiking overnight. An unreleased feature getting cleared the day after the incident. A new chain spotted on someone's IG, captioned "All off hustle." But fans weren't buying it. Off hustle? Or off Vaughn? You was broke 2 weeks ago. His mama still grieving and y'all out here eating? Even Vaughn's sister, Kayla B., started getting dragged into the drama. She'd been quiet during the leak. No tweets, no comments. But fans noticed she unfollowed 2 people from Vaughn's circle the day after the first clip dropped. That alone sparked hundreds of theories. She knows who the snakes are. She's cutting ties before it explodes. This is about to get ugly. And ugly it got. Because by now, younger rappers, especially those influenced by Vaughn or tied to his old blocks, started name-dropping in music. Diss records. Freestyles. Instagram lives with 1,000 plus viewers. One track dropped called Backdoor Season. The artwork? A shadowy figure stepping through a broken gate with a crown on the ground. Everyone knew what it meant. The bars? You said crazy story, but they ain't believe / now the lost tape out and they all wanna grieve. Social media couldn't keep up. TikTok creators started building timelines of Vaughn's movements before his death. Matching locations, flights, studio visits. They cross-referenced them with people who were in the background. People who had access. People who suddenly went ghost after November 2020. And then boom, a Chicago radio host leaked what he claimed was an unreleased interview snippet that Vaughn never approved. In the clip, Vaughn says, "I be peepin' energy. Some of these dudes hang around, 'cause they know I'm the ticket. I'm not dumb. I just let them think I am." The host said Vaughn pulled the interview because he got paranoid after hearing a conversation someone had on the phone outside the studio. That story made the rounds fast. One fan tweeted, "So Vaughn knew. The tape just confirmed what he was already feeling." At this point, even people who weren't Vaughn fans originally started tuning in. Because this story wasn't just about rap anymore. It was about loyalty, power, betrayal, money, and the one person everyone wanted to hear from? Vaughn's mom. She hadn't made any statements since that single-word post, "Unbelievable." But her silence was becoming louder than any of the diss tracks being posted. Multiple blogs claimed she was now working with a private investigator. Others said she had access to Vaughn's old cloud account, the same account where the leaked audio allegedly came from. Some people even claimed there were more recordings that hadn't been dropped yet. That what we've heard so far was just the tip of the iceberg. One Chicago blogger tweeted, "If that woman ever speaks and drops the full vault, the game will never be the same. Father." Another added, "There's some people in the industry praying she stays silent." And that's when things reached a dangerous turning point. One of the name-dropped individuals, yes, one of the three from the recording, was reportedly jumped outside a gas station on the west side. Not killed. Not seriously injured. But the message? Sent. Police didn't confirm names, but fans had already identified the victim from photos: a hoodie, a chain that had appeared in Vaughn's older posts, and a busted lip. The caption of the video? "Vaughn warned y'all. The city listening now." That incident sparked panic. Instagram accounts were wiped. Twitter accounts locked. Comments turned off. Artists canceled appearances. Label reps went quiet. This was no longer content. This was real life. And Vaughn's lost audio brought it all back to the surface. By now, Chicago wasn't just buzzing, it was on edge. Every OG, rapper, and label affiliate who once moved comfortably in Vaughn's orbit was now either laying low or scrambling to get ahead of the storm. And what made things even more tense? People believed more was coming, because sources close to Vaughn's camp began whispering online that the leaked recordings weren't even the most damning files in the vault. That 3-minute clip? Just wait. There's a 16-minute audio file he left. He named names. He talked labels. He talked money. That rumor spread like wildfire. One blog teased that Vaughn had recorded an entire voice memo, meant for a close friend, just 3 days before he was killed. According to them, the full recording included specific names, a timeline of events, and most shocking of all, a final message to his mother. The blogs didn't post the audio. Not yet. But just the idea of it existing was enough to send the city into a silent panic. Meanwhile, fans were connecting more dots. Remember that voice note from clip number 2? The one where Vaughn says, "They think I ain't gon' find out." Well, guess what? A TikTok creator matched the background noise in the clip to a specific hotel in Atlanta and pulled up surveillance footage from that same night. One of the individuals mentioned in the lost audio was there. Not with Vaughn, but across the street, watching. That 10-second frame of footage got 2.4 million views in under a day. Y'all still think this is coincidence? He was getting lined the whole time. Vaughn really didn't stand a chance. Back in O'Block, the streets went quiet. Not peaceful, just tense. Like everyone was waiting on something. A response. A move. Another drop. Then, another post. This time from a close affiliate of Vaughn's family. They posted a screenshot. No names, no faces. Just a folder titled, November_voice notes_final. The caption? They thought it was just one tape. They forgot Vaughn was 10 steps ahead. Fans went insane. Theories started flying. If there really were multiple recordings, who had access? Vaughn's mom? His sister? His day ones? Or worse, someone who could weaponize his voice for their own clout or gain. Then came the fourth leak. This one wasn't from Vaughn, but from a studio engineer who worked on his last few tracks. In an anonymous email sent to multiple blogs, the engineer included a snippet of studio chatter recorded during downtime. Vaughn can be heard saying, "I know how this ends. But if it do, just make sure my story don't get rewritten by the same ones who failed me." One blog posted the clip with a caption, "He knew. This was chess the whole time." Now even casual listeners, people who weren't into drill music, started tuning in. This was bigger than music. This was about a legacy being manipulated by people who thought no one would find out. And Vaughn's mom? She finally posted again. This time, it was a photo. Black and white. Vaughn as a little boy in her lap. His eyes innocent. Her caption? He spoke. Now I'm listening. That single line sent chills across the internet. Because now it was clear, she's not staying silent much longer. And just when everyone thought the drama had peaked, a fifth leak dropped. This time, it wasn't a voice note or a diss track. It was a screenshot, a Google Drive link with blurred names and a visible timestamp. November 4th, 2020, 11:22 p.m. The name of the file? Volume 40. No one knows who posted it. The blog that received it didn't share it. But the buzz around it? Unstoppable. One user claimed to have heard the full file and posted a detailed breakdown. In that file, Vaughn lays it all out. Who stole from him? Who recorded phone calls? Who met with certain labels behind his back? He even mentions label executives by name. The fanbase was divided. Some said Vaughn's voice deserved to be heard, that this was the truth he died trying to share. Others warned that leaking more could cause real-world violence, not just online beef. And then, the biggest moment yet. Vaughn's mom reposted the leaked file name, but not with outrage. She posted it with a caption, "If they won't listen to my son in life, they'll listen in death." That was it. It was like the whole industry froze. And the message was clear. The truth is coming. Not just through leaked files, but through a full movement. The streets aren't debating anymore. They're demanding accountability. Because this isn't about ops or rappers anymore. This is about a mother, sitting in silence for 2 years, watching people twist her son's memory while eating off his name. And now, she's done being quiet. So here we are. A leaked voice memo. A few name drops. And now the city of Chicago is watching its past catch up to the present. King Von's lost audio didn't just spark drama. It lit a fire under the culture. It made fans question who's real, who's fake, and who's been profiting off silence. But now, the silence is broken. The snakes are exposed. And Von's voice? It's louder than ever. From label secrets to street betrayals, and from subliminal tweets to disappearing IG pages, it's clear that the story we were told after Von's death wasn't the full story. And if these recordings keep dropping, if Von's mom finally decides to release the full vault, the industry might never recover. So now we turn to you. What do you believe? Was Vaughn predicting his own betrayal? Are these leaks part of a justice plan, or just chaos in disguise? And most importantly, should his full voice notes be released to the public? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. No holding back. Let us know who you believe, what your theory is, and where you stand. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon so you never miss another piece of the puzzle. Because trust us, this isn't over. This is just the beginning. Stay woke. Stay safe. And above all, keep Von's name alive the right way. We'll see you in the next one. And remember, truth always surfaces.